Hello, happy first day of spring. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your political questions. You just put them in the chat before we go on, before I go on, sort of between 11 and 12 Central Time in the U.S., Chicago time, and and if you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. I've got all the questions there, and I timestamp them as I go. So you can pick and choose what you want. Another thing I wanted to suggest for some people who are saying, it's too long, I can't do this every day, something to consider. One of the things I do in long videos sometimes is I'll actually put it on, up the speed to like 1.25, the speed, to really get the information. So 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. And we have epic troll slayers. So thank you. Thank you. And Kristen from Uncover the News. Thank you. All right. So if anything in the chat in all caps, that's how you talk to me. Other than that, please type normally. People are really supportive and kind to each other. So, and I had multiple requests today for the Yarn Tarot. I've opened it, but I have not read with this yet. So, like maybe once, but like not here. So I'm hoping I'll be able to recognize all the cards. But before we get to this, guess who's here? We have a correspondent. And, oh, hang on. Oh, no, I need to fix this. We'll just make it like that. All right, here we go. There she is. Sarah's here.
Yes. And today, not with full doom and gloom as of yesterday. It's nice to be able to hop on with funny or amusing or just good news. So that is what I'm here for today. So, and hello, Leslie. Okay. I'm gonna snort, y'all. Okay. So,
go ahead, because you sent me a link.
I did. That second link. Do you have it?
I believe so. Just a second. Let me.
Okay.
Make it full. Oh no, make it that full size.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Hang on. I've got to make this.
Yep. Bigger. You may give them the background while you're pulling it up.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I had it large because there's some swearing underneath it that I just some good swearing, if that makes sense, but I didn't want to show it. Yeah. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Chrome tab.
Yes, Pamela, I did. I'm so happy. My door is all nice and pretty.
Okay, so this is what's going on. Can you hear that?
One man. I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize. That's awesome.
The news has been so just unbelievably murky the last couple of days that I needed that. That just brought me so much joy. Not all heroes wear capes, and that dude was just. I love him. I absolutely love him. Somebody somewhere buy that man some coffee or Powerade or whatever he needs to do to stay hydrated from doing the Lord's work. because that is just.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
You're good, bless you.
Thank you.
But
That was close.
oh my god, that was just. Okay, I was giggling about it so much. She's like, "You have to come on and laugh." I said, "Okay," because yeah. All right. Well, there are lots of things in store for you today. And I agree, Kevin, that a blanket, a security blanket might be needed for a couple parts of it. But I think
It was actually, do you mind if I?
no, please.
Thank you, Kevin. We're just scrolling up to make sure I read it exactly because it was beautifully put.
Yes. I don't give it enough justice.
Where is it? I'm not seeing it.
Hang on. Okay, there's the top. Scroll.
Goodness gracious.
I'm gonna start sounding like what's her face?
That would be Bailey Sarian's theme tune.
Yes, found it. With the look of today's cues, I may need my emotional support animal, a chicken, a 3-piece with a honey butter glazed biscuit. Yes.
That was good.
And yes, it was. And you may need that. But I think it ends on a good,
hopefully,
good note. So I'm going to step back and let Miss Autumn and her awesome fiber-inspired cards do her thing. And I will be watching for with you guys. Ooh, that's nice. Oh my gosh, the attention to detail. Oh, love.
And the little booklet inside is same.
What? Look at that. Okay, and turn the box around on the outside too, because I want to see.
Yep.
You got crochet and yarn and knitting needles and spindles.
I think those are cups.
I
think those are cups.
They made spindles the cups.
I think these are wands.
Yeah.
Pentacles, obviously.
Yeah.
And swords.
I'm in love. It's Sunday and I'm in love. Okay, butchered it. Anyway. Okay.
Is the link to these in the description?
Yes, yes it is.
Okay. The little book it comes with is hardback.
It's hard.
Little.
Somebody took their time with this and really put it together. It's good to see you too, Sheila. Thank you. Somebody really.
I have a booklet to help me so I can remember what the cards mean.
Ooh. We like booklets. Oh, for those of you, speaking of booklets and small books while I'm here, for those of you who were not in the thing yesterday, the creative sprints that we do every day at 4, my oldest got me the cutest thing yesterday. I am in love. It is
what is
so
that called?
It is my little golden book about Betty White. So, okay. I have distracted you enough by oohing and eyeing over the yarn tarot. Oh, what do we have?
Okay. So, these are the backs of the cards.
Oh.
So, I think I need to get these for Sarah.
Squeeze. Oh my gosh. And they're labeled properly too, so you don't have to guess.
Thank heavens.
Gorgeous. Oh my god, they're gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to have to remember because some of these images they don't match what Rider-Waite does exactly. But I'll make it work. I hope.
Well, we're in for a treat today.
Let's hope so. I might be switching back to Rider Waite if it starts distracting me too much.
No.
But we'll give it a
At least for the first question or two, we're in for a treat.
Oh,
So,
yeah, absolutely.
yes.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for sharing that because that was awesome.
Yes. Hong Kong. Okay.
And Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Do 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 do. Weave this way, weave that. All right.
Yes. You all have a fantabulous Sunday. And for those of us who do the creative sprint, see you this afternoon at 4 Central. Bye.
Thank you. Pamela's asking, were those cards a gift? No, I just bought them. Kristen from Uncover the News suggested them. So I thought, I looked at them. I thought, you know what? Let's do that. Here we go. First day of spring. First day of spring. All right. So that was awesome. Make sure I can see your comments, and we'll jump into the first question at 11:30. Zelensky. Okay. And Johnny is the king of using new decks all the time. Oh, excuse me. I don't know how he does it. I don't know. I really don't know how he does it. I kind of a stick in the mud. I got my questions for today. I may get to some of the other ones, like Claudia's question. But let me look at what I've got here, and then if there's, because there was definitely some talk of that yesterday on the news. So we'll get to that potentiality. So, all right, 12:30. Zelensky has signaled he's open to meeting with Russia and Putin for negotiations. Will it happen, and how will they go? Meeting with Russia and Putin for negotiations. I hope he doesn't mean in person. Don't do it. Zelensky, please stay home. Please. Please. Yes, this man he put a nerve agent in a man's underwear. He's put plutonium in tea, and there are many, many people who took the scenic route from their high windows down to the street. All right, so Zelensky, open to negotiations. You have to remember, Putin is in like dictator stage 4. So Queen of Pentacles. It feels like it could be a couple of different things. Let me just see what the main cards are here. Queen of Wands. Ten of Swords. Nine of Cups. Tower. Hanged Man. Jay Brumley is saying Zelensky does not need to meet with Putin unless maybe Biden or Macron are present. True, but Putin wants him dead. I had to just say that just flat out, but that's what I'm getting. It's not good. It's really not good. The West may be willing to work with him. When I picked this up, it felt what went through my head was agents for Putin's agents. Queen of Wands would be I get wands for Russia and I get cups for the West, or sometimes Ukraine. Queen of Wands, these are people who are very tightly wedded to Putin's way of thinking. Ten of Swords, Tower, Hanged Man. So this lovely Nine of Cups in the middle can be a merchant card. It can be a wish card. It's usually the guy sitting there with the whole rack of cups behind him. That would be a very reasonable thing. But this is it's in the center, but it's very isolated and it is extremely dangerous. I don't know, even if he would go in person, maybe he'd be smart enough to, no, he is smart enough. Maybe he would be, hopefully he'd be sensible enough to send, representatives. But this does not feel like negotiation in good faith. On Zelensky's side, yes. On the West side, maybe. On Putin's side, don't do it. Putin is, I think the technical term is crazy. So negotiations. Will negotiations happen? How will they go? Let's see if there's any more information. Hierophant. Government. Something organized by a neutral government. It doesn't feel quite like it. Two of Cups. That's a partnership. World card. The world is coming together, partnering together. Star. With hope. Okay. Well, world governments are pushing for it, but it feels like we're being naive in the West. That's what it feels like. Claudia is saying, never negotiate with terrorists. I think that's exactly what I'm getting. No, TD, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. All positive feedback, gratefully accepted. Thank you, Celestial Lightworker. What I'm getting is in the West, I'm getting this very sweet but very naive. But we'll just work together and we'll negotiate for peace and all this kind of stuff. And Putin is not. He's just like, oh yeah, let's do a happy dance together, one world. That's what I'm getting. Oh, Putin's not naive. Putin is. Linda Johnson is saying Putin has said he wants him dead. Putin is homicidal. Putin is a state ruling serial killer. Jay Brumley had said not naive about killer Putin. True. Kevin is saying Z should switch poison coffee cups with booty. Yeah. Thank you, Marby. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hello, Switzerland. Hello, Helen, Switzerland. I'm see, I'm naive because I'm one of those people who thinks, look, we can work something out. B. Smith says, basically, you feel Putin hasn't got a kumbaya bone in his body. No. Kathy Lamson saying Putin is a stone cold killer. That's what I'm picking up on. There's the part of me that always wants to say, absolutely, we, always keep negotiation open or possible. No. Mm-mm. This feeling is very much no. Don't do it. He's not going to. Putin is not going to negotiate. Zelensky still has to keep trying. It's good. Frida Smith said Putin does not have a table long enough to keep Zelensky safe. 8 of Wands still attacking Ukraine. King of Cups. 9 of Wands. King of Swords. These are people in the West. King of Cups. Ukrainians are just feeling completely terrorized, beaten up. 9 of Wands. But this is Putin, King of Swords. He's still got his war on. So I'm afraid I don't have any good energy about that. Sorry. Jay Brumley says Ukraine has lots of precious minerals. That's what Putin wants. Oh, part of it, yeah. Oh boy. All right, so at 22 minutes in. Hello, Linda. 22. Poland has proposed to the EU that the European Union impose a total ban on trade with Russia, urging tougher sanctions on Moscow for its invasion of Ukraine. Will the proposal go through? We're not dealing with someone who's willing to be reasonable. We're just not. I hate saying that. I'm the send as much high vibration energy to the region, to the people involved, to Putin himself, even though trying to raise his vibration up to is it's like a tree that's been cut down, and then you grab the base or the stump of the tree, and you're trying to pull the root up out of the ground. that's trying to raise Putin's vibration. It's like, but Helen says, were he reasonable, he wouldn't have invaded. You have a point, and you guys have a lot of good things you're saying in the chat. I'm sorry I'm not reading them all out loud. Poland has proposed a ban on trade with Russia. And Poland's right there going, guys, have you seen what's going on here in Russia? And guys, EU, hey. Ban on trade with Russia. And Nestlé has some explaining to do. And what annoys me is as long as they're there, I'm not going to buy any more of my L'Oreal makeup. It's the powder I use and the powdered foundation and the blush I use. And they're getting low. But I'm going to have to find something else because they're not even getting $1 from me. 4 of Wands. Well, that's the vacation retirement. Also, Mar-a-Lago. That's my Mar-a-Lago card. So any kind of safe haven, safe place for Well, then again, Poland is a huge safe space for Ukrainians. Let me try closing the door. Hang on. Okay, we'll see if that helps. No, I can still hear it. I'm so sorry. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna go ask if they'll turn down the TV. So just a second. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. All right, 20. I'm going to take pity on the poor people using the timestamps. Okay, so Poland has proposed to the European Union that the bloc impose a total ban on trade with Russia, urging tougher sanctions on Moscow for its invasion of Ukraine. Will the proposal go through? Well, the card I got for the reading is, Linda, I hope you feel better. This is a card of vacation, retirement, but it can just be sanctuary to me. And Poland has welcomed in huge numbers of Ukrainians. So that's what I'm getting there. But cutting off trade with Russia, Knight of Swords. Well, that's the invasion. 8 of Pentacles. All right, so working. 10 of Pentacles. It's dynasty usually. Queen of Pentacles. All right, so all this is money. 4 of Pentacles, not enough. The miser. Yes, because of the invasion. As a part of attacking those who are supporting Putin and the oligarchs and the way the system is set up. There was still some trade going on, but this is Russia really running low on money. I think so. I think there's a chance. There's a chance that they're going to block trade. Sheila R. loves these cards. Good. Teresa Dale says Turkey is saying one of its jets was shot down by Russia while patrolling its borders. Oh, jeez. Hang on. Sorry, I had an itch. All right. So, EU, ban on trade with Russia. Nestlé. Linda Sue says, what must it feel like to be Putin rolling in money all this time but unable to finance his war? The Fool. Do not trust him. Do not trust Putin with anything. That's what I'm getting. And normally, you know me. I was just saying earlier, I'm one of those people where it's like, let's just raise the vibration. I'm getting, do not trust him. Do not. If he tells you he's going to give you a cup of coffee, he will. Don't drink it. And I'm not actually referring to the poisoning part. I'm just anything like, even if he wasn't known for poisoning coffee, like if he was giving you a coffee, he'd get near you and then he'd make sure it was scalding hot and he would dump it all over you. It's just awful. Hello, Isaiah. Hello, Isaiah. I hope you're having a good day. Okay. Jay Brumley says his energy is too dense to move. 7 of Wands. So on the defensive. That's Putin on the defensive. Temperance. Okay. 5 of Wands, because they're causing chaos. 3 of Pentacles, there's a plan. 10 of Wands, burden. Make it a, excuse me. These cards are being really, really clear. And the energy is clear, the message is clear. Putin's on the defensive, and he started this. 5 of Wands, the card of Putin started it. And a plan that was a plan about trade, finances, what have you, that is going to turn the wands that Putin, that's his side, into a massive burden because of what he's done. So I think there may be more and more limits put on him and put on Russia specifically. So, all right, at 32. Oh, Nestlé, look at that. Let's say 32.45. Nestlé, who owns everything from L'Oreal Cosmetics to Friskie's cat food to Gerber baby food and Coffee Mate, has refused to stop doing business with Russia. As a backlash mounts stateside, will they change their minds? Oh, boy. Oh, Jolie likes the deck, too. It's a good deck. It's a good deck. But I'm kind of a stick in the mud myself when it comes to decks, so it's just as I'm shuffling. Because then I can just concentrate on the energy. But this is a good deck. I like it. Because I have a number of decks sitting here I got, but I don't like them, so I don't use them. All right, Nestlé. Oh, that's the death card. Laurel Sorensen said the only company out there that is second only to the Koch brothers is Nestle. Really? Are they known for this kind of stuff? Because I don't know. Jay Brumley, boo! I just bought that creamer. Well, here we are. I'm wearing some L'Oreal makeup right now. So. Are they based in Switzerland? Where are they based? I honestly don't know. Knight of Wands. So Putin's attacks. Judgment. Oh, Nestle, you're being judged. That's for certain. If little me in Chicago's talking about you, there's some judgment going on. Nine of Cups. The Merchant. Judgment falling on the Merchant. Page of Swords. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. All right, this is a card of communication, and Wands are what I'm getting for Russia. Ace of Wands, taking action. This Page of Swords. It can be military action. It could be cutting ties because it's only a page. It may be continuing on with only things for children like formula. Oh, Kylo's saying Bailey Sarian put out a good video on Nestlé's dark history if anyone's interested. Oh, I'll have to check that out. And I missed it. Was someone kind enough to say where they're based? Because I don't know. So, this is not a absolutely. They're stopping everything tomorrow. Laurel Sorensen, Helen says Veve in Switzerland. Very Swiss, yes. Switzerland, thank you. I like how Laurel Sorensen says Chicago. You're just poking fun because I'm in Chicago. Oh. So what's going to happen with Nestlé? Because I'm not picking up on them doing the right thing here. You know, if they continue selling like baby formula, totally. I'm you know, that to me that's humanitarian. That's fine. You know. But High Priestess. Higher wisdom or secrets. Four of Swords. Tower. Three of Pentacles. This actually might hurt them a little bit. They may hopefully this means they're going to say something that this is putting your swords down. The four of Swords is putting your swords down and burying your dead. It's also silence. So hopefully this means they're saying until the war ends, fine, we're going to do this thing, because there's already being damage done to them PR wise, and they're going to have to do some serious PR work here and advertising work. This higher wisdom isn't always good. I read all of these cards up straight up, not upside down. But this upside down, in this case, would be the business executives not using their higher knowledge, their bigger picture, their wise selves. And that's what this feels like. So, but there's judgment. It doesn't feel catastrophic because the company's just too big, but it does feel it's bad PR. So Linda Johnson says L'Oreal is based out of France. Well, I understand, but they're owned by Nestlé. So, all right. Nestlé, really? Really? 40-30. Oh, this is kind of scary. I'll have to find out more about this person. We have someone else to think about. Excuse me, potentially. Ukraine's intelligence is signaling that Russian elites are eyeing someone as a potential successor if they're able to remove Putin. The people inside Russia, if they're able to remove Putin, the Russian elites are eyeing Aleksandr Bortnikov. Will they succeed? What kind of leader would Bortnikov be? Hang on, let me copy this, go over here. Let's have a look at this guy. Who is this person? Aleksandr Bortnikov. I need to share. Kind of got lost there for a second. All right, let's have a look. Aleksandr Bortnikov, a Russian official. He has been director of the FSB since 2008. Oh man. He belongs to the Siloviki of Putin's inner circle. I don't know what that word means. Oh, and he has a son named Dennis. Okay. Group of Russian elites plans to assassinate Putin by poison, claims Ukraine intelligence. So Bortnikov, he was born November 15th, 1951. So he's a Scorpio. And this is what he looks like. It's okay. He's a guy. Yeah. He's and hopefully that bird is doing something on him. All right. Bortnikov. Helen says by naming him, surely he now has a huge target on his back from Putin. Have a great day, friend. And Moss says, and Burger King. My understanding is Burger King has pulled out everything they can. There's actually the way the franchises are set up. They don't have the contract. They can't pull Burger King. They can't pull the local franchises out of Russia, but they've pulled out everything they could. Artemis Linnae is saying the FSB is the new KGB. Yes. So. Bortnikov. So are you going to be, oh geez, I'm getting like tingly, not nice tingles down like the back of my, down my back. Ugh. Oh, Bortnikov, you are just, you're a piece of work. Oh boy, he knows the ugly. He knows where the really ugly stuff is. He's totally okay with it. We really don't want this guy in charge of Russia. We really, yes, really don't. Seven of Wands. Well, Russia's feeling on the defensive, okay. There's definitely some people who are not happy with the state of things. Not happy that Putin decided to do this, considering how it's turned out. Chariot. Yeah, barreled into Ukraine. Wheel of Fortune. It's unsustainable. 5 of Wands. The card of Putin started it. 7 of Swords. Oh, card fell. Hang on. There we go. 7 of Swords, 5 of Cups. It's disappointment. But this is Cups, so it's disappointment in the West. No, it's disappointment they've been able to knock down the Western stuff. I'm trying to figure out what does in this deck, what does this card mean? Let's look at the little book because 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Opened right to it. Upright. Someone may try to take what is yours. Putin started it. Trying to take what is yours. Disappointment that you can't knock all the cups down. All the Western stuff down. Be watchful. Retain what is yours. Do your best to uncover any mistruths. Okay, so yeah, all right. I like the wording of that. I don't know, it doesn't look like a thief card to me because that's what the seven of Swords is. It's the thief card, and it was just a ball of yarn with a bunch of stuff stuck in it. It didn't scream thief card to me, but apparently, okay. Taking what is not yours. Okay. So, thank you, Lily. All right, 4730. This guy's just scary. Just scary. And actually, no, before I move on, what is going to happen to Bortnikov? 3 cards. Three of Cups. That's the West. There's a celebration. That's like a celebration in the West? Or they think there's going to be a celebration in the West? 10 of Pentacles. These are all the oligarchs, the people, the establishment, the dynasty of Putin, such as it is. 3 of Pentacles. That's financial planning. High Priestess. Bortnikov is going to keep doing his job. I've got him keeping his secrets. He is one of the inner circle. He keeps secrets. Their financial plans. I'm not getting him becoming emperor. So, all right. So moving on. Aloha. Have courage. Be kind. I like your name. Shockwave is saying, Weather Channel has announced enhanced risk for tornadoes for Texas Monday and Tuesday. So everybody be safe. Be aware, be safe. All right, so 49. Darren had a question. Will NATO exist if Russia becomes westernized? Considering we designate Russia as the biggest threat. Well, there's always China. And it depends what China does, Iran does. Also, Shockwave is saying Jergens lotion is at a major recall. Oh, cool. Have a great day at work, Disrat. So, NATO. Will NATO exist if Russia becomes westernized? Oh, 2 cards. NATO exist. Temperance. All right, I got two cards together first. This is the King of Cups and the Four of Cups. These are the Western leaders. This is a card of refusal. In the center, I've got the King of Pentacles. And at the end, I've got the Knight of Pentacles. So, money. So, will NATO still exist? With Temperance is the card for the reading. Sort of. Right now, NATO is really strong. They've really pulled together. That may not last. If Russia becomes westernized, and this is financial. If Russia becomes westernized, then financiers, people will want to make money in Russia. Big, companies moving in and all this kind of stuff. So westernized would be businesses, Western businesses. It will be. Oh, here's the Hierophant. So these things. You've got NATO, which is North Atlantic Trade Organization. No. Yeah, is North Atlantic Trade Organization, isn't that it? Which is well, it's trade, but it's military. It's protection is one of the primary things, and then you've got the EU, which is an economic pulling together. Yes and no. It's I'm getting a muddle of who defines what. North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Thank you, Holly. Thank you. Treaty. Duh. Sorry, my brain decided to jump out of my head and then jump back in. Go, treaty. Thank you, guys. So it's a more a military protection. No, it's over time. By the time Russia is westernized, who has an economic kind of coming together, who has a military coming together, who has the different groupings may shift, is what I'm getting. So I'm not getting a clear thing. There's nothing like just being flat out wrong live in front of hundreds of people forever to be available on YouTube. Oh well, such is life. Marie Sutton says, don't forget the United Nations. That's true. That's true. All right, so at 54:30, Daily Beast. The Daily Beast is speculating on whether Putin's aggression will push China closer to Biden and the U.S. Is there any truth to that? So, will Putin's aggression push China closer to Biden and the U.S.? Katie Arbuckle says, you were thinking of NAFTA before Trump changed the name. Yeah, I was actually. Thank you. Oh, we always miss you, Kylo, when you're not here. Is China? Hey, China, are you going to be buddy with Biden because basically Putin lost his flippin' mind? Four of Pentacles. China is really concerned about not upsetting the West. They want to be left alone. They want to do what they want to, do whatever they want to do, but they do not want to lose the manufacturing, the trade, the business. Lover's card. Ace of Pentacles. Money. Huge amounts of money. Star. Fool. Ace of Swords. Swords. We've become somewhat addicted to cheaper Chinese goods, but it helps keep their economy afloat. It helps keep their government the way it is. There's definitely some hope there. Xi feels like Xi really does think Putin has just been an idiot. With this Ace of Swords, this beginning of military action. I'm basically getting a not really closer, not really farther away. I'm not getting a big shift with Xi suddenly warming up to Putin or warming up to Biden in any way, but I am getting Xi being really like, we smack somebody in the back of the head to Putin. What are you doing? What were you thinking? For what it's worth. But closer to Biden. I just want to keep things steady. Okay. TD says, meh, you knew the answer, but being live just muddles the brain sometimes. Oh, doesn't it just? I would joke about, I'm always right, but I couldn't say that with a straight face. Oh, you've got Bose headphones, Kevin. Oh, and you like the sound. Oh, good. Good. All right, 58 and a bit. The UK. The UK has begun the process of officially petitioning the International Criminal Court to prosecute Putin and his generals for war crimes. Will they be successful? Maybe some of the generals. So the UK, okay, petitioning the International Criminal Court to prosecute Biden and his generals for war crimes. National Court, prosecute Biden and his minions for war crimes. And not the cute little yellow ones. The evil Putin general ones. Six of Cups. It's a card of nostalgia. We know how much Putin loves the idea of the USSR. Apparently, during the pandemic, he was spending his time poring over old maps of the USSR. Couldn't you just eat ice cream and binge watch shows like the rest of us? Okay. War criminals. Okay, Page of Wands. Seven of Wands. Page of Wands, Seven of Wands, Chariot. Yuck. Wheel of Fortune. Eight of Wands. I don't have Putin here. Page of Wands. These are soldiers. On the defensive. Putin's dream of just waltzing into Ukraine and saying, "Nice country, I'll take it." When I pulled out this Wheel of Fortune, it very much was hearing this will be his downfall, one way or the other. It's like, oh, I hope so. I don't know if that's true, but I hope so. And for all the attacking he's been doing of civilians, hospitals. So there's a lot here. There are a lot of soldiers who can say exactly what was done, what orders they got. All right, how about this? 3 cards for Putin. Will Putin be held responsible? 3 cards for will the generals be held responsible? Will Putin be held responsible? Well, cards are coming right at the top of the deck. So they've got real information at the International Court, which is in The Hague, I believe. Thank you, Ashley. It's the Yarn Tarot. But what about the generals? Will Putin's generals be taken to the International Court for war crimes? Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, that's money. That's oligarchs. That's... All right. Oh, and that was a card for will Putin... Knight of Cups. Well, they want to get Putin and take him to the court, but Queen of Wands, 6 of Swords, King of Wands. Well, King and Queen of Wands. This could be Putin and his generals. Well, no, probably generals and some of the higher ups. And this is traveling. This could be going over, quote unquote, overseas, even though it's across land, but over into other countries in that sense. Because this is the card of traveling with weapons. But I don't think that Putin's really the emperor. He's not really a king of wands here. It doesn't feel like. It's not big enough. But this is, well, the generals. Hermit, 10 of Cups, 3 of Swords. Some who got isolated. Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath on this one. Will some of them be held will somebody be held accountable for war crimes? Maybe, but I'm not getting I'm not getting Putin. Alas. I'm wondering what the next stage of dictatorship is. Is that the point at which he moves into the bunker full time? Unbelievable. Okay. Well-being and health. China reminds me of the start of Star Trek race, the Ferengi. Russia reminds me of the Romulans. That's a nice geeky discussion. 104.15. Roland had a question. I'll put 104.30 actually. So 104.30. Roland had a question. When President Biden goes to the NATO meeting next week, will he and the rest of NATO leaders finally agree to give jets to Ukraine? Oh boy. So NATO, are you going to give jets to Ukraine? Actually, with Putin, I get more of a gold ducat at the end of Deep Space Nine. But that's just me. So is NATO going to give Ukraine military aircraft, jets? Two of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. So fruits of labor. Seven of Cups. Two of Cups. Knight of Cups. Okay, that's hopeful. Ace of Swords. They might. They're gonna. This would be the start of. This is the start of a weapon. The start of using a particular weapon. Kylo says, Autumn, can you extend this live stream another hour? I feel like the chat's really good in here today, and why not? Because I get tired. Oh. Yeah, I've got action being taken. Knights giving a weapon, partnership. The West has the money to do it. So I think there's a real possibility. So I don't know if we'll hear about it, but it feels like the West is really happily, I'm happy to say, the West feels relatively gung-ho to still help Ukraine. Kylo, please, we all love you in here. Oh, sorry. There's a chat at 4 o'clock over on the Book Art Media channel from 4 to 6 p.m. Chicago time. So there's a chat there. I'm there every day. Okay. 108. Oh, this is interesting. Little domestic thing here. You guys remember Lev Parnas? He was one of the two. There was Igor and Lev. They were one of the. They were those two guys around. Oh wow, my brain has gone blank. Giuliani. So, no, you don't have to be super creative to join in, Kylo. The afternoon live stream. I say as I'm stirring my protein shake, coffee. We just work on our individual projects for about 25 minutes, and then we encourage each other between times, and there's a chat going the whole time. So Roland says, yes, I remember Rachel Maddow interviewed them a few times. Good, okay. So Lev, you're gonna love this. Let me make this 109. So Lev Parnas is finally admitting Hunter Biden was set up with the seat on the Burisma board. I want to know what's are they gonna finally leave Hunter Biden alone? Yes, Joanne. Rudy's comrades. Helen says Giuliani pals. Yes. So, did some of the air just go out of the Right's attack on Hunter Biden? Look, I'm not saying he's a fantastic human being. I'm just saying, really? He's not the president. He's not in politics. He doesn't go out there stumping for his father, to the best of my knowledge, like Junior does, like Sniffy Jr. Knight of Swords. Oh, they were definitely attacking him. We know that. Eight of Wands. Oh, far right attacking him every which way they can. Knight of Wands. Still attacking. Oh, good grief. 10 of Wands. Turn up, just crush him. 9 of Wands. PTSD. Yes. The person who has substance abuse history of using substance abuse, addiction issues, and all of the mental instability that comes with that. Yeah, just keep beating on that person. But it ends with 4 of Pentacles. They just run out of ammunition. They running out of. They're not getting the traction for going after Hunter Biden that they were. They're not getting. Good. Maybe they'll ease off for a while. You know, they do like to revisit the classics now and then, but true, Marie Sutton is saying it's all they have. We already know tons about their side. Yeah. Joanne Marr says because they have nothing else to pick on. Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Leah Backman is saying, whose son is under DA investigation and getting subpoenas? Not Biden's. All right, 1/12/30. Next week. Begins the Supreme Court confirmation hearings. I wasn't even going to read on this because so basically because it's like we know what's going to happen, and so I have something like, okay, so the question will be, will the hearings differ from exactly what we expect? Republicans who have voted for her to be on high courts multiple times now are suddenly going to be, she's weak on crime, she lets everybody go, she's the worst of the worst, blah, blah, blah. So the hearing's going to just be Republican and that's going to be that. And I'm hoping Schumer will do exactly what McConnell did and just go forward. Is there going to be anything unusual? Are these confirmation hearings going to go exactly like we expect? This poor woman. They're going to rake her over the coals. Whatever coals they can, whatever dirt they can dream up. Sherry H., I like that. With as many of the GOP who are in the crosshairs right now, you would think they would want a judge who lets people go. Ashley says they will just be their typical racist, rude selves, and we will push through. That's kind of what I'm thinking. King of Swords. Attack. And the Rider-Waite's the loudest card in the deck. With the horse at a full gallop and the full armor clanking and the wind and even the clouds are streaming, and it's just a loud, aggressive card. It's like, yeah. 9 of Wands. She's replacing someone who's liberal. It's not it's changing the makeup of the court, but this is the far right feeling desperate. And 9 of Pentacles, sitting pretty. The court's leaning in their direction anyway. 10 of Wands, burden. Temperance. Page of Swords. So they're going to get knocked down to size. It starts with a King of... Oh, sorry. This was the King of Swords, not the Knight of Swords. The King of Swords would be prosecutors just attacking. Okay. My mistake. It starts here, but they're burdened because they don't have a lot. So at the end, it gets tempered because there's only so much you can say against her. Meh. Joanne Marr, I love that. Jim Jordan will be like, did you eat tofu in 1989 and didn't like it? Did you? Although he's in the House. I think this is going to only be in the Senate. But yeah, I like that. Ashley says it might actually be watchable. Yay. I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't. I think it's going to be pretty much what we're expecting. They're trying to trip her up. They're trying to make it and it just doesn't work. And it doesn't feel like a hanged man, like suspension of, oh, it's not going to go through. Yeah, Judgment. These are major arcana because I think her being there is such a big deal. 8 of Cups. Republicans are trying to walk away, but she's got the Democrat votes, and yeah. Meh. Kate Priest says, can I confirm I did not like tofu in 1989? I'm definitely not qualified for SCOTUS. I'm not a big tofu fan right now, and I've been vegan for 18 years. So, okay. Pamela Bryant says, I still do not like it, so I agree with you. Let's not put tofu on the Supreme Court. I think we can all agree on that. 1/18/30. Jen Glenn wants me to have a look at this coming week. Happy to do that. Actually, maybe 119. Look at this coming week. Darren says, never tried tofu, never will. There's not much to it. It's just the soy it's hard for our bodies to digest. But it itself it's tasteless. It's picks up whatever flavors you put on it, sauces, whatever. Meh. All right. Let's look at this coming week. Ashley says, no tofu on the Supreme Court, although I would replace 3 of them with some tofu. Oh, if we're talking about replacing, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Jen Glenn says, I'm sure tofu would make a better justice than Kavanaugh, Barrett, etc. Yeah, I like beer and the step for justice. Yeah, totally. 100%. I think we should put Boo Boo on the Supreme Court. Bailey Boo Boo's and Kitty. Because, and if he rubs up against, the whichever side he rubs up against, that's who wins. All right, 120. Look at this coming week. Oh. Yes, Kate Priest, Boo Boo Zen Kitty for SCOTUS 2022. Yes. Yes. We have many votes for Boo Boo. Oh, Kylo, you're thinking about wasabi. The green stuff. Yum. Oh, avocado roll with soy sauce and wasabi. Oh, joy. This coming week. All right, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And the card for the week. Renia says, call me Justice Zen for short. Kevin says, oh, to be Boo Boo Zen Kitty for a day. You'd be sleeping a lot. Oh, Joanne Mora wins the internet today. Or instead of POTUS, POTUS. We have a winner. Okay, world events are dominating the news. It'll be another week of that. Ugh. Okay, for Sunday, 3 of Wands. So what you put out coming back to you. Monday, 6 of Wands. Let go. Planner's holding on to it. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 of Swords. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 of Pentacles. Thursday, Queen of Pentacles. Friday, 8 of Pentacles. Saturday, Knight of Cups. Oh, that's good. There's good energy coming up this Knight of Cups. Tuesday, there may be some military action or something comes out in the news, which leads to a lot of focus on financial stuff here. It may be directly related, or just going to be in the second half of the week. There's going to be a lot of focus on financial goings on. This is work. This is the card of work. This Queen. Dynasties. This is working economies. But this is the Western Knights going forward. So this may have to do with more blocking trade, or there's something about sanctions, or so it's just going to be, this coming week's going to be, according to this, unfortunately, not entirely different from previous weeks. So having a look at the chat. I wish this was better. I wish we had some nice 3 of Wands celebrations, some justice, Is there any alternate meaning in this deck for? Let's have a look. See if I can find in this deck. The 6 of Wands. Good news, and okay, but it's the good news, the victory, but it's Wands, so it's more on like Putin moving forward. So upright, professional advancements are to come. Personal relationships will soon blossom. So state your true desires and anticipate a positive outcome. Celebrate your successes and plan what you will do with rewards moving forward. Meh. Because the Sunday one was the Three of Wands, and that's what you do coming back to you. So it may feel a little bit, I don't know, maybe Monday. It's going to be world focused. World card. Putin moving forward, but then something comes out, something goes wrong, and then there's big focus on economy, maybe sanctions, maybe the trade, because it ends in that Knight of Cups, which is the Western knights going to fight for Western ideals, going forward to fight. So that's what I'm getting there. All right, and Purple Sky. I can't believe you read every single day. Kudos to you and thank you. Oh, thank you for being here. I'm really grateful. 127. Karen had a question. When Pluto enters Aquarius, okay, so that'll be in first, it'll happen in 2023, and then in 2024, it'll go, because it's going to retrograde it back out, and then it'll go back in for the next 15, 20 years in 2024. Okay, so when Pluto enters Aquarius, will the world see the true extent of corruption and greed? Will the world change toward helping others during this time? Well, okay, when Pluto enters, I'll ask the cards too, but when Pluto enters a sign, it's whatever topics are related to that sign, it just percolates up into the general consciousness as that field, as Pluto is plowing that field and digging up the muck. It's also just kicking up dust, and it's just bringing it all up into our faces, and there's just this emphasis on whatever qualities are there during this last, since Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008. How do I put this? Do you guys remember in the late 90s, early aughts, where it was heroin chic, super skinny, the crop tops, and all this focus on incredible youthfulness? That was Pluto in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is about youth. It's about it's a very youthful sign. There was a lot of purple in the 90s. Especially late 90s, early aughts, there was a lot of purple. It's the color of Sagittarius. It just permeates through the culture in all these different ways. But in 2008, when it entered Capricorn, it entered the sign and the housing market collapsed. Capricorn is about status, reaching up. It's at the top of the basic chart. It's at the top, so you're related to your midheaven, and so you're going to. So over this time period, a lot of people were focusing more on work. A lot of the colors people were wearing became more subdued. I've found. There are just all of these, I've talked many times about the things Pluto did in digging up the worst. I'm trying not to repeat myself. It's a problem. But we ended up having to deal with all these issues that have to do with status. From the good, raising up our first, African-American president, who I voted for twice, and also raising up out of the muck the disgusting walking embodiment of all 7 deadly sins that is Donald Trump, and going, ew, but this is also Capricorn. Yuck. So, when we get into Aquarius, everything related to Aquarius is going to come up. And it's going, what is Aquarius rule? Technology, humanitarianism, technology, humanitarianism, freedom loving. There is in the humanitarian side, the good side is giving equally to each. That's the water bearer, which is the symbol for Aquarius. The water bearer giving an equal amount to each. Problem is when somebody comes back and says, hey, I need more, it's like there's this kind of rigid, no, everyone gets exactly the same. For all of the talk about, age of Aquarius, it's all going to be about me and personal freedom and all of that. No, it's not. It's not about the Leo is about the opposite sign in the zodiac, is about the king, the queen. And if you know anybody who's got a lot of Leo in their chart, they are king of their area, their world. They just are. My father has he's a Sagittarius sun, but he's got a Leo moon. People who don't even know him or like have met him for like 10 minutes, they'll be like, oh, so where's the senator? He's never been a senator, but he just has that bearing about him. But he's glad-handing and he's friendly and he's, you got the Sagittarius outgoing, but he has this need to be the patriarch. And he's one of 7 kids, and he ended up the patriarch. He's in the middle of 7 kids, and he ended up the patriarch of the family he came from. So that's about the me, my freedom, I do what I want. Aquarius isn't about that. Aquarius is about we. And if you also think about it in the charts, let me share this because I purposefully left this here. I purposely left this here. Ta-da! This is the basic chart. If you learn this, you are going to have most of astrology is going to be a variation on these themes. This is Aquarius here, up here. And it is the 11th wedge. First wedge is here, and then it goes counterclockwise. So it's the 11th wedge. Friends and humanitarianism, the keyword is we love, as opposed to Leo down here, 5th house, create what's created, can be art, it can be children, can be, and fun, could be gambling, could be sports, could be what have you. But it's I love. And if you look at all of these, I feel, I think, I have. Well, up here, it's we have, we think, we achieve, we love. There is going to be there can be a homogeny. If for all this wondrous, Aquarius is definitely a sign of gender neutrality, and is almost a reaction to the patriarchal nuclear family-ishness of Capricorn. This is kids being raised in like mini communes and things like this. And but there can also be a very cold aspect to Aquarius, because it rules electronics, it rules robots, it rules the internet. So we're going to see a whole lot of Aquarius energy themes are what we're going to be dealing with, certainly from 2024 for the next 15 or 20 years after that. In the same way we've just dealt with all of these Capricorn things, we're going to have to deal with all these Aquarius things, good and bad. So that's what's going to happen. So back when Pluto, Pluto went into which way do I do this? Pluto went into Leo back in 1939, and so it started kicking up everything about authoritarians, about rulership, and both the positive and negative. But after the war, Pluto was in Virgo. And remember in the 50s how there was so much homogenization? Virgo's huge on that. Huge on that. The videos on how to keep yourself clean, how to get along, all those shorts, those black and white shorts that people make fun of now, that's completely Virgo. This is how you do. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. And everybody had, the same kind of hairdo and the same kind of, and the same, and the same, and the same. That's this wonderful Virgo. And there's a lot of good stuff about Virgo. 50s were not bad. They weren't all bad. There were some bad things about them, but I'm saying there were some good things too. This is what we're going into. The color is silver. So whereas the color for Capricorn is black, because the color for Saturn is black, which rules, it's an earth sign. That's what the green leaf means. It's ruled by Saturn. Capricorn, it is a cardinal sign. It takes initiative. 10th, it rules 10th house, career and status we achieve. So Aquarius, it's the 11th house. It's an air sign, which is going to be related to communication, that sort of thing. It's ruled by Uranus, the rebel. And I read this about friends and humanitarianism. So there can be on the bad side, there can be a very robotic quality. It's not a touchy-feely sign. It's really not. So this idea that it's going to be, Gretchen, where can we get a copy of that chart? It was available for free on Patreon. It's probably kind of buried. You'd have to do a search. The link to Patreon's in the description box. Other than that, it's right here. You can do a screen capture. I made this, so I put this whole thing together so I could help explain this to you guys. So. Marie Sutton said in the 50s, we had our kids wearing matching outfits. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Helen says, can we have a video just on the great chart, please? Oh, sure. Giovanna is asking, what programs do you use to get your astrology charts? Oh my gosh, I use astro.com. When I do stuff on transits, I go to AstroSeek. They have really good transit charts. For if I would just want to look up like someone who's famous, I'll go to Astro Theme. Why theme? I don't know. But anyway, so that's where things were during the because the U.S. just had their Pluto return, which was sort of here at the end, because of course, remember this is going counterclockwise. So that's 0 Capricorn. This is 29 Capricorn. Right now, Pluto's at like 28 Capricorn. There are 30 degrees in each sign. So it's about to tick over into Aquarius, which is also a fixed sign. That's something to keep in mind. When someone's talking about fixed signs, yes, I am saying I believe Autumn is making a blog. Maybe she'll have it there. Yes, I will. When People are talking about, oh, it's a cardinal sign. Oh, it's a fixed sign. Oh, it's a mutable sign. And you're like, what the heck is that? Basically, you could think of it this way. This circle, take 4 quadrants. These 3 wedges are 1 quadrant. These 3, that's quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Well, at the beginning, when you change into a new quadrant, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. They move forward. We're moving into a new quadrant. We take initiative. We do the thing. We get up and go, right? Then when you get to the second wedge in each quadrant, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, these are fixed signs. You think of they're in the middle of these quadrants. So they're like, nope, I'm in my quadrant. This is how it is. This is how it's going to be. But it can be very, very stubborn. But can also be very good in crises, or someone who you can really rely on, but very stubborn. And then the last wedge in each quadrant. So Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, these are the mutable signs. And they're mutable because, think of it, they're about to move into a new quadrant. So you go into the quadrant, you're like, yes, we're going to do the thing. And then you're like, I've done the thing, I'm here, I'm not moving. And then it's like, okay, well, we're going to have to change quadrants. So we need to get a little loosey-goosey. We need to be a little bit more flexible here because we're going in a new quadrant. So mutable signs are the more flexible. And that's what that means. We are going from a cardinal sign, take action, into a fixed sign. The culture, what's going to be kicked up, there's going to be a heavy emphasis on fixed Aquarius energy. So you guys were asking about Pluto entering Aquarius, and that's what I can tell you. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I was able to help. Kylo says, I think the age of Pisces is hard. It can be. It can be. During the because I was saying Pluto was right here. Well, it's right here right now. Right here. It's right there. When the US was founded, we've just had we're having our Pluto return. This means that was the Declaration of Independence. So the war, which way am I going? This way. The Pluto was in Aquarius for the Revolutionary War. So fixed signs, focus on freedoms, on and on and on. So anyway, all right. And that's going to do it for me for today. There we go. All right. So it's 2:03 here in Chicago. In 2 hours, I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel to do creative sprints. I have so much to do. Oh my gosh. But you're always welcome. We get together and we do 4 25-minute sprints where we just focus on our own projects. Can be anything: writing, sewing, knitting, blogging, website design, graphic design, anything you want. Yes, Squeezy Squeezebach, Age of Enlightenment. Yeah, that's very much Aquarius as well. So I'll be over there. But other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow because I'm here 365 days of the year. And I really appreciate you being here with me. Thank you. And thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Betty. All right. Thank you, Jen. All right. So that will do it. Have a great rest of your day. And please remember, there are good days ahead. You're not alone. All right. Hang in there. And I'll see you tomorrow.